One of the problems that Lucasfilm has, among many, with their Star Wars properties is they simply cannot find people who can write. And Leslye Headland is the latest who cannot write. In fact, the Acolyte was so bad, such a blight, that many thought that it was written by AI. Today, we'll explain what went wrong behind the scenes with the script that was truly and utterly, totally bereft of morality and obscene. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the place that explains Holly Weird in a way that everyone can understand. They hate us, they despise us, they don't understand why we continue to do what we do, but folks, we do it for you because we believe that entertainment really and truly matters. And we believe that there is a war being waged for the sorts of heroes, mythos, ethos that you and I will watch and our children will entertain. All right, folks, today we are going to be going into the insane world of Lucasfilm to show you exactly how Leslye Headland simply cannot write. What went wrong with this terrible show? It's the kind of video you just can't miss, and we'll get to it with our panel right now.
Nom de plume for 5. I may not know what an establishing shot is, but I can even say that it would be foolhardy to start filming before you get a script. You have to know that's what ended up taking NYPD Blue down in the end. They would start shooting scenes before they even finish the pages for that scene.
I think they actually did that in the Acolyte as well. I think Leslye Headland talks about that because she talks about how she was getting this great performance from Manny Jacinto in a recent interview with Collider. Now she had to rewrite the scene with.
Listen,
with
of all the people you could have said, of all the people you could have said gave her a great performance, so she had to rewrite it. Good grief.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure she said. I just covered that.
You know, the only person who gave her a good performance was Lee Jung-jae. That's the only person who gave her a good performance. I thought you were going to say that Jedi Master Nepotism gave her the performance of a lifetime, and she needed to rewrite it for that. That's what I thought.
No, So if Jonas wants to bring this up,
Yep.
Just do a Control F rewrite. It's the second one, and you'll see what she actually has to say. And this is a pattern, I think, that we're seeing with the Walt Disney Company productions, because we know the Secret Invasion director admitted that they were still editing the final episodes together after they had even aired the first one. So
Nom de plume, to do this, we're going to have to remove your super chat. We apologize for that, but we're going to take it down just so we can read this. Go ahead, Jonas.
Initially, we weren't going to see him in episode 6. In episode 6, she was going to leave him, go and do her thing in the finale, and then return to him at the end of the last episode. I saw Manny's screen test in the helmet and in his cloak. I saw him learning his fight choreography, and I thought there will be riots in the streets if I do not end the show with him versus Saul. So that was clear. So I rewrote the ending of the show for Manny. Oh dear! I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I'm going to say
never has narcissism been more crystal clear than in that statement.
I'm gonna posit a different theory. I'm going to say that they saw the way that the twins were doing the fight choreography, and they thought, "Wow, we've got to redo this."
The part that's narcissistic is the idea that anything she could do would cause riots in the streets.
Oh, she can cause riots in the streets, but it's for something different.
Well, no, she can cause celebration in the streets for saying bye.
Bye-bye.
If you go a little bit further down, if you want to bring that back up, she actually kind of talks about it a little bit more too.
Is this the one?
Yes, right there.
When you asked about why I relate to the character so much when he reveals himself and makes a statement of purpose, there you go. I had to rewrite that scene many times because the villain outlining his plan is so ridiculous. Really, the ultimate version of that is Heath Ledger's Joker. You're never going to hit that, but that's the goal. So when I was rewriting the scene with him all the way up to shooting, I was on the treadmill being like, what is he going to say? And my wife, who is a huge part of my creative process, well, that explains it. Finally, she said, what do you want to say? Stop thinking of it like you have to somehow tap into a different guy. Oh, wow.
Obviously there she's saying she did it right up to filming, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were rewriting it.
That's literally the antithesis of good writing. You have to inhabit other characters.
I always tell people, when you see something that isn't working, the first thing that's wrong with the script is that everybody's talking with the same voice. You got to be able to write from all of those perspectives, not all from you.
You know,
That's just me having watched.
No,
500
Lou, you're an
years of
expert
stuff,
in the
you know?
field, Lou. I mean, Lou, they needed you. They needed you. I don't think you could have stomached
that
them.
makes me. That's the Hollywood equivalent of those people calling me Payne fascist for being white with a camera. How dare you be an expert? We don't need no experts.
You know,
Erika, were you worried about riots in the streets over in Europe? Were you terrified that the Acolyte might instill societal chaos if the story didn't go the way that Leslye wanted?
I don't think anybody cared. Nobody was watching it.
Now you have to remember, Pro, that the streets are narrower over there, so you need less people to cause a riot.
Far more difficult.
I'll say that first of all, if we're really talking about Leslye Headland's writing, I don't think anyone is truly being sincere in their performance until after Manny Jacinto's character takes off the mask, and then you have someone who is, I guess, being honest there about their feelings, whether or not anything they say is true. You have this person who is, you know, just a villain talking about how much better than everybody they are, and then that is missing from the rest of the series because then he takes a backseat to Asha, May, whatever. And then David Harewood's character shows up in the last episode and chews out Vanestra Rowe. And I would say that Leslye Headland was probably being very honest or sincere. Sincere is the better word here in all of that disdain for the Jedi there. I think that's the truest moment of the series as far as Leslye Headland is concerned.
It's all Leslye. It's all Leslye.
You know, when I read this paragraph that starts, and again, Manny was giving, et cetera, and for me to exist as a gay woman, if she honestly believes that, then she has to believe that the original movie Star Wars was a success because the name of the guy that created it was George and not Georgina. She has to believe that it was all about the gender and direction of the person who created it. And that therefore, conversely, if she can be a success because she is a gay woman, then any gay woman could have made that movie. That's the superseding reason or power or motivation for equality.
But it's all a veneer, Lou. It's all a veneer.
Well, of course, but yeah. I mean, it's just like we've said about the whole DEI thing, and I don't care whether it's in media or government or industry or theme parks. If your primary goal is to find the best person who can accomplish the task and do it with excellence and provide a superior product or service to the customer, great. But if you put in front of that, but first they have to be a certain gender, color, politics, whatever, you're automatically going to fail. You're automatically going to fail because you're not going to get the best person for producing what you're supposed to be producing. It's an instant handicap.
And folks, the end is here yet again, but fret not yet, for more content is still on the way 3 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. And we also have our partner channels out there, at That Park Place, at That Game Place, and at That Pod Place. They're covering things like theme parks and video games, and even long-format conversations, all surrounding entertainment and the things you love. Go check them out. Subscribe today. Folks, we're on our way. On the way out the door, like, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms, it's the notification bell, and share the sucker out on your favorite social media platforms. Keep learning, keep growing, and you know the line, keep having fun.